This August the 30th Picks edition of the MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by UG. Has a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you use the sign SGPN. Welcome everybody to the MLB Gambling Podcast Network. My name is Malcolm Bamford, coming to you from Newcastle upon Tyne in the northeast of England. Today is Friday, August the 29th. We are here to handicap a full slate of action for Saturday, August the 30th. And tonight we have on a Friday with Mr. Lonte Smith. Lonte, hello,
I'm doing well, man. Not excited about this card like we talked about, but hopefully we can find some winners here and there. It is a few spots that I like. It's just the prices are, probably at my threshold. But looking forward to breaking it down with you, Mel. I'm sure we can find something that we like.
Yeah, what normally happens here, Lonte, is you help me out, like you point me. Because what's happened is I don't like the card much, but a part of that is I was really bad last night. So we did the show on Tuesday and we did all right.
Yeah, we did okay.
Yeah. I think I was maybe one game over 500. You hit your home run prop, didn't you? Who was that? Can you remember?
Yeah, I went back to back. So it was George Springer the first night, and then it was Brandon Lau the second night.
It was Brandon Lau. Yeah, I'm just going back. So yeah, we did okay. You hit your dinger. But then I did the show on Wednesday with Dylan, and I absolutely stunk. It was the short card. It was the 8-game card. I think I went 1-7, Lonte.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's all good, man. We're going to bounce back
I hit my dinger.
Okay, that makes up for it then.
I picked Tommy Pham. Like, Meg and Dylan just laughed about Tommy Pham because he's a bit of a lunatic, isn't he? And then, sure enough, lead-off home run as well. Lead off the top of the first with a homer. So I was home and dry. Before the pitcher had thrown half a dozen pitches. But apart from that, I sucked arse. So that's made me a little bit negative about this card too. So I just need to get back on the horse, Lonte, and you can
we'll get it back.
Help me do that. Jason's joined us in the chat first in. Jason, welcome along. If you are around in the YouTube comment section, by all means, say hello and give me and Lonte a little hand as we handicap this. The free roll football contest is back. There's a little reminder to enter that. I need to enter this, actually. Picking every game against the spread. $3,000 to first place. $4,000 if you're a Patreon. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/free roll. Plus, we get 25% of everything in the merch store. The promo code is football. So check out the MLB Gambling Podcast merch. And the NFL Survivor contest is live as well. $100 entry. Winner takes all at Sports Gambling Podcast Survivor. My origin story, Lonte, on this network is that I won 1 week of the free roll football contest in like 2019. I won a week. So I had Sean's email address because he needed to send me a hoodie because I'd won. I think I went 13-2 1 week in the NFL. So he needed to send me a hoodie. And then when Sean was asking for a horse racing correspondent, because I had his email address, I emailed him and said, Sean, I'll do that for you. So one free hoodie from the football contest. And now we're sitting here in summer 2025, episode number 820-something of the MLB show. 300 Premier League shows in, all because I won a hoodie 1 week. So
legendary. That's legendary.
Enter the free roll football contest. You never know. You might get to sit here and talk bollocks with me and Lonte. Okay. 6:40 Eastern, first pitch on, is that right? I'm on the wrong day, man. No, of course. Right, 3:07, in fact. Matinee baseball here. The Milwaukee Brewers are at the Toronto Blue Jays. Quinn Priester for the Brewers will take on Kevin Gausman of Toronto. Plus 125, the Brewers. Minus 150, the Blue Jays, with a total of 8.5. I had to do a bit of a double take here, Lonte, because we did. Priester did do the same. I thought, how long have I been away? I thought I'd slept for.
I felt like I did Priester all his starts.
Night. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So that was my stat of the night on Tuesday, which I can now roll out again. They pushed him back a couple of days, is what happened, which can occasionally be cause for concern. He was a little bit wild last time out, Priester, and I think they just wanted to give him some rest. That's all it is. As it stands, we're not reading any more into it than that. And you haven't been getting too much length out of him, but still going okay. 3.18 road ERA. And remember the stat that the Brewers have won his last 15 consecutive starts. The only win in Kevin Gausman's recent record is the blowout in Colorado, which they scored 20 runs or something silly like that. Lost to Miami, lost to Pittsburgh in his last two. Not as sharp at home. And the Blue Jays' recent form is just fairly average. So at the prices, mate, I didn't want to get in front of it Tuesday. And I don't want to again. I haven't got many dogs on this card, but I'm going to have a go at the Brewers at plus 125, Lonte.
Yeah, I like the Brewers as well. Although they're struggling a little bit, 2-4 the last 6. I like Priester. I like the stat that you brought up. He's coming off extra rest. You talked about that. He's got 2 or less in 5 straight on the road. So really good on the road. Toronto's been a little bit more inconsistent, similar to what Gausman has been. It's just pretty up and down in August. So numbers-wise, I thought 125 was a little bit too much to be given a team like Milwaukee, although they have been struggling a bit, but I don't really trust Gausman against this lineup. I think they'll break out of it this weekend. I think they'll have a good weekend. So I'm going with Milwaukee as well with the plus money.
Okay. Early team ride on the underdog then. 4:05 Eastern, first pitch, the Tampa Bay Rays at the Washington Nationals. We'll see Ryan Pepiot go for the Rays, taking on Jake Irvin of the Washington Nationals. It's the Nationals who are the home dog at plus 125. The Rays minus 150. And the total, Lonte, is 9.
Yeah, I like that over. I love the over, actually. I don't really trust either pitcher. The Rays are monitoring Pepiot's innings pitch. He's already pitched like a career high in innings, I think like 152 or 153 or something like that. But he's not been as sharp. 4+ earned in 3 of his last 5. 3 of those were on the road. So he's here on the road. Washington has been struggling a bit. I think they're 3-7 in their last 10. But they have faced some stiff competition. I think they faced the Phillies twice, the Mets, and then the Yankees, if I'm not mistaken. So they played a tough stretch, and I think that we should see some runs. Irvin is 0-4 in August, 9.55 ERA over 5 starts, 16 earned in his last 3 starts at home. He's got 7 home runs in his last 6. I think we can get over this number. Both teams to get the 4 here, and we get over by default. So, or push at least by default. So I think we see some runs here. I like the over. Probably staying away from the side, but the over would be one of my better bets on the card.
Yeah, my pick is the Rays, which isn't a very exciting money line play at minus 150. Pepiot was better last time out, but his last few road starts have been a problem. So you might be on the right lines with the over here, because Irvin has been struggling massively. 23 earned runs in his last 5 starts. In Washington, they're very much back on the slide. Washington can do this. They can go vast swathes of time without winning a game. So, yeah, my notes do say runs is a possibility. But even then, if it is a shootout, I think the Rays are more likely to outscore them. Having seen the prices, I would probably, if you gave me a tenner, take your pick over my pick. I would take the total. But yeah, over 9, and I think the Tampa Bay Rays get the win in this one. The Miami Marlins are at the New York Mets for a 4:10 Eastern first pitch between Edward Cabrera and left-handed pitcher David Peterson. Plus 150 the Marlins, minus 180 the Mets with a total of 8. Cabrera pitched a gem last time out, 7 scoreless against Atlanta. And that kind of came against the run of play for him because he had been struggling for consistency. I don't mind him, though. He does keep Miami competitive in his games. Peterson is also inconsistent. His last 2 home starts, he hasn't pitched well at all in 2 heavy defeats. Disappointing loss for the Mets against these Marlins on Thursday night in a game that me and Dylan both thought the Mets was a great spot with. It's hard to handicap this, Lonte. I think we'll see runs off both pitches. And that total, to me, is surprisingly low. So I'll take it over 8.
Wow, I kind of like the under with both of these
I
pitchers. I mean, you talked about
know.
Cabrera. He was good. He had a good bounce back spot. That was against Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. 7 scoreless, only 1 hit allowed. He was pretty good prior to that 2 game stretch, because before he had the outing versus Atlanta, he allowed 9 combined in those 2 games. But prior to those 2 games, he had been pretty good. Um, Only really one bad start prior to that, and that was at home. I mean, the Mets have been playing well, 6-4 last 10. Miami has outscored the Mets 12-4 in their last 2 head-to-head meetings. But I mean, I think both pitchers can go well here. Maybe I'm looking at a first 5 under. Maybe first 5 under would be better, and then we can see some runs after the first 5 innings once these pitchers go through the lineup a couple of times. So first 5 under would be the look for me.
Okay. We are brought to you by mybookie.ag, your place to bet on football and everything else. Your home for NFL and college football. The 100 grand NFL Super Contest is live. If you buy two $15 entries, you will get a third one free. Tons of locations. Deposit and payouts are rapid using crypto. Head to mybookie.ag with the promo code SGPN for a 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. And NFL is back on Rhythm. Rhythm had a really good, strong season last year with NFL. The Baker Mayfield props gave you a 25% ROI. Other sports on there too. MLB, WNBA golf, college football. Weekly leaderboard as well. You can win cash prizes just for tracking your bets. Get a 7-day free trial at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. 4:10 Eastern first pitch is the Pittsburgh Pirates at the Boston Red Sox. This is Johan Oviedo for Pittsburgh taking on Dustin May of the Red Sox. -180 Boston, +150 Pittsburgh. Total Lonte of 9.
Yeah, this is an interesting game. Did you see the news about the Red Sox dropping Walker Buehler or releasing him? So
Oh, no, I hadn't actually. Was
yeah,
that
yeah.
today?
So they released him probably a couple of hours ago. I think so. They released him. So it'll be interesting to see what he'll probably end up being back at the Dodgers, which is what I thought. But I like Pittsburgh here in this spot. I mean, May's been pretty underwhelming since he arrived in Boston. 1-3 in his 4 starts, no real consistency. He has allowed 4 home runs in his last 2 starts. And if you look at Pittsburgh, I mean, they've been really good. They're 7-3 in their last 10. Oviedo's pitched okay in a small sample size, but doesn't really go a ton of length. He's had 5+ Ks in both of his starts, so he's been pitching well. Boston has been playing well as well, but just I don't really trust May. They had a 7-1 road trip, which was really impressive. They're 7-3 in their last 10 also, but I think it's more so I prefer Pittsburgh and Oviedo over May. I like Boston more, but I don't like May. So that's the issue that I'm running into. So I'm just going to take Pittsburgh first 5, split a unit, maybe first 5 and full game. But I think Pittsburgh is pretty live in this game with Oviedo on the mound. If he can give them 5 2/3, I think Pittsburgh will be live to win this game.
I'm absolutely with you, Lonte. 3 starts now
Yeah.
for Oviedo, who's getting stretched out nicely. He's pitched well too. And the other thing is, I like him. I've liked him in past seasons. I think he can finish the season quite strongly here. And I do find May difficult to trust. His game lines are just so volatile that I think the Pittsburgh offense can give him some trouble here. They're 7-3 in their last 10. They're competitive. Boston are on a nice little winning streak. What are the prices here? I totally agree with you. I'm going to go full game. So yeah, trust them to win this. So yeah, little team right here on the Pirates as a nice price. Underdog. 6:05 Eastern first pitch is the Atlanta Braves at the Philadelphia Phillies. Officially TBD, the Braves, but it looks like the return of Chris Sale, left-handed pitcher for Atlanta, and he will take on left-handed pitcher Christopher Sanchez for the Phillies, who are $1.50 favorite with the Braves +120 and a total here of 7.5. Sale has been missing since June the 18th. Was frankly incredible before that. That doesn't make it any easier to want to bet Atlanta because I don't know what the situation would be currently for me to want to hand some money over on the Atlanta Braves. And even this isn't it, particularly against the Phillies, who, how many runs did they score last night? The gajillion runs. Schwarber, dagger through the heart, Schwarber. The RBI bet, I keep looking, I do the slow reveal looking for Alonso RBIs. And I did the quick reveal on Philly this morning and saw Schwarber had racked up 6, which was an absolute dagger through my heart. So Schwarber's flying. Sanchez had a couple of wobbly starts, but those have been on the road recently. I was hoping the presence of Sale makes Philadelphia a relatively backable price. And at minus 150, they are considerably the better team. And we haven't seen Sale back since his injury yet. So I'll take Philly, Lonte.
Yeah, Philly took some money. I think they opened 140 and then they got bet up to 150. So Sanchez is coming off, one of his worst starts of the year, but, he's been lights out at home. So I think that's where you're going to see. If you can take a Sanchez to record a win bet, you can get some plus money on that. I think that's a really good bet because Sale, we don't know what to expect. I don't like going into games and I don't know what to expect from the pitching staff. I mean, Atlanta's bullpen is not elite at all. They actually have been 500. They've been playing well for a stretch, and now they're just kind of back to 500. Don't really trust them here. Philly's been playing okay. They're 6-4 last 10 head-to-head against Atlanta. I think they've won 3 of the last 4 at home against them. So Sanchez to record the win. If I had to play something, it would be under 7.5, where I know the Phillies just scored all those runs, but if Sale can be just okay, I mean, he hadn't allowed a run over 1 run in 6 straight starts before going on the injured reserve. Now, if they're gonna, allow him to pitch and be himself, then I think we can see a pitcher's duel here. But if not, and he's yanked after a couple of innings, then it'll be tough to back Atlanta. But I do like under. I will lay the 150 with Philly. If you want to be creative, just take that Sanchez to record a win. I think that'll be a better bang for your buck.
The Sanchez to get the win prop, Lonte, is a really nice angle, and it's an angle I don't consider often enough. I don't
Bet
think
365 has it though.
An angle into it. Yeah, like a short price favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, the St. Louis Cardinals at the Cincinnati Reds, which is a 6:40 Eastern first pitch. Michael McGreevy for the Cards, left-handed pitcher Andrew Abbott for Cincinnati, who are minus 160 favorites. St. Louis plus 130, total Lonte 8.5.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take that same approach here with Abbott to record a win because I think I think the price is appropriately there because Abbott's coming off his worst start of the year, 6 earned at Arizona, but St. Louis's offense is probably a little bit worse than Arizona's. McGreevy's he's given him good length. I think he's pitched 6 innings in 5 straight, but he's been up and down in the month of August. Like Cincinnati's coming off 3 straight road series. They're 4-6 in the last 10. I think this is a good opportunity to, for Abbott to face a underwhelming offense. I mean, if you look at what he's faced in his last, 3 stretches, Chicago's offense, Chicago Cubs, that is, Milwaukee's offense, and Philly, who we just talked about. That's a stretch where he hasn't looked that sharp. So I think we're getting a little bit of value on Cincinnati and Abbott in this spot. I would take Abbott to record a win, and I would lay the 1.5. I think Abbott absolutely shoves here in this specific game. So give me minus 1.5 for Cincinnati. But if you can find Abbott to record a win, I think that's the better bet.
Yeah, this was another game that I just really, really struggled with. I was to and fro on this for ages. McGreevy's lines are pretty mediocre, but also quite reliable. He's pitched exactly 6 innings in his last 5 starts, giving up 4-2, 3-0, and 4. His 4 road starts have been okay. And Abbott does look to have fallen off a little bit. His August ERA is up over 4.6. And I'm struggling with the Reds as well. Now, what swung it for me, Lonte, is that Abbott has pitched really well against the Cardinals this year, particularly. He's got the Cardinals number. So I'll take the risk that he can get it done. I'll take Cincinnati with Andrew Abbott. Next game up is the 7:10 Eastern first pitch between the LA Angels and the Houston Astros, while Kyle Hendricks will go for the Angels against, palms are sweaty, Spencer Arrighetti for the Houston Astros. Minus 160 for the Astros, plus 140 the LA Angels. and the total here sits at 9. Kyle Hendricks, one of my favourites to handicap here because you can just kind of whack him into auto fade, giving up plenty of runs as usual, 4, 4, and 5 in his last 3 starts. He has a career 476 against Houston. Arrighetti continues on this huge run of defeats, but his 2 recent home starts have been okay. So even if he gives up a few, if he gives up 3 or 4, I still think Houston can outscore them. I'll wake up on Sunday, and Houston have won this game 8-4. So I'm happy with the Houston run line, Lonte.
Absolutely, this is one of my favorite plays. I think what was the price again?
Minus 160 money line. I don't know about the run.
Yeah,
line.
that's short. That's way too short. That's way too short. I mean, I know Arrighetti's been struggling. He's got 5 straight losses. He's been extremely inconsistent, but I mean, he's been good at home. He's been solid at home. I don't trust Hendricks at all. I mean, the Angels are 3-7 in the last 10. Hendricks 13 earned in his last 3. All of those were at home. 5 of his last 6 starts actually have been at home, and he's more comfortable there than he is on the road. He's got 3 walks in 3 straight, so he's giving free passes as well. I think Houston absolutely blasts him in this spot. So I like the minus 160. If that's too much juice for you, the 1.5 is more than enough. Houston team total over as well. I'll probably be revisiting this in our dinger section as well.
Plus 120, the run line price, Lonte.
That's good.
Which interests us greatly here. Next, we move along to a 7:10 Eastern first pitch between the San Diego Padres and the Minnesota Twins. Confirmed for the Padres is Nick Pivetta. Unconfirmed for the Twins. I've got Mick Abel.
Yeah, that's what I had
going.
too.
Yeah, at plus 150, the Twins, with the Padres at minus 190, and a total of 8.5, Lonte.
Yeah, if it is Abel, definitely going to look at a team total over for San Diego. But Pivetta's been he's been lights out. He's got 1 bad start in the last 3 months. He's got 2 or less and 5 straight on the road. Minnesota's been struggling. I mean, 3-7 in the last 10. They've allowed 5+ runs in 8 of the last 9. So I think San Diego's offense should be able to do what they want against Abel. Abel's got a 6.43 ERA in 25 appearances, I think. He was shelled in back-to-back starts. One of those was against San Diego. It was a start prior to him coming back. I mean, all guns should be blazing here for San Diego. I mean, they're 6-4 in the last 10. They had back-to-back series against 2 quality teams in Seattle and the Dodgers. I think they get to, be a little bit more, let their hair down a little bit in this specific series, albeit on the road. But I think they should score here a lot of runs. So I'm going with San Diego's team total over.
Mate, I got exactly the same bet here.
Oh, that's great.
Pivetta's reliability is unquestionable. 6 innings or more, 8 starts in a row. And only once in his last 11 starts has he given up over 2 earned runs. So you can kind of take Pivetta to the bank at the moment. Mick Abel's completely unbackable. 11 earned runs in his last 2 starts. This was just an easy pick. It's sometimes nice to get one. I don't actually mind parlaying San Diego with Houston in that last game. Little money line parlay.
Now you talking. Yeah, that's a great parlay. That's a great parlay.
And yeah, Padres team total team right.
That's a great parlay.
I like how excited you get. Whenever anyone says the word parlay, Lonte, your eyes widen, visibly widen.
Because I feel like, I mean, obviously parlays are, not something that can make you win long term. But in baseball, if you like 2 teams, like we just talked about, like, and they're general favorites, like, why would you bet? Well, my this is my mindset. Like, if you're gonna lay 160 and then whatever Houston was, like 160 as well. So that's basically you're gonna bet $320 to win 200. Why not just bet 100 on both of them if you feel like they can win, and you maybe can win, 200, 220, whatever the odds are. So that's how I look at it. I mean, baseball, that's the perfect way to go about it if you like 2 favorites or 3 favorites or however you want to do it. But that's how I know people shame parlays, but
I'll very rarely bet something that like minus 160, minus 170, unless I'm on a really big, if my bankroll's huge, like, which it very normally isn't. If I'm doing all right, I think, right, okay, that's fine. I'll have 60, 70, 80 quid on those to win 40 or 50. But that's not, but I wouldn't normally play. Like, if So I always try and find something that's going to get me towards even money, minus 110. And if you're taking a Padres and Houston Astros parlay, gets you to that. And of course, it gives you the interest. You don't forget that that's another reason we do it, is to give you the interest in the two games as well. Do you know what I mean? We're not here trying to get rich specifically. We do want a little bit of interest in the sport. Next up, 7:10 Eastern first pitch, the New York Yankees at the Chicago White Sox. We have Cam Schlittler for the New York Yankees. Will take on Shane Smith of the Chicago White Sox. Minus 220 the Yankees. That's short. Plus 180 the White Sox. And the total sits at 9. I keep getting caught out by I took the White Sox last night. And Davis Martin pitched quite well. He looked all right. And then the Yankees kept hitting him over the fence. He didn't look like he was doing much wrong. And then the White Sox got back to 4-4, and I went to bed. I thought, I'm in this. And I woke up, and I wasn't in this. They absolutely spanked him. The Yankees' offense is just looking a little bit like too dangerous at the moment. They're on a 5-game winning streak. They look locked in. Judge has come back and made the difference. I saw Goldie hit one out last night. Jazz Chisholm was doing bits and bobs. And Cam Schlittler has probably been the Yankees' most reliable pitcher. Back-to-back 0-100 efforts, each with 8 strikeouts. He's got a 2.76 ERA. So I kind of wanted to take Smith. My instinct was this White Sox first 5 that we've picked just about all season long. Because Smith's good at home. The 3.31 home ERA. He's held the Royals and Detroit scoreless through 12 innings in his last 2 home starts. So I'm going to trust him. I'm going to take a first 5 under. I think the Yankees might eventually wear them down. You nodding along there, Lonte. Have we reached the same conclusion?
Yeah, that's exactly what I got wrote down. That's exactly how I got wrote down. I got the 12 scoreless innings pick streak going for Smith at home. Cam has been really good. He's on a 12 2/3 scoreless streak, so he's been pitching the ball really well, and he's gaining more confidence. You can see it in his demeanor. You can see it whenever he falls behind in the count. You can see it whenever he's ahead in the count and maybe tries to throw a pitch that he probably shouldn't have. He's kind of cut that down a little bit, and more importantly, he stopped. Like the home runs have stopped. That was his Achilles heel early on. He was pitching okay, but he would have one inning where he would allow like a home run or 2 or something like that. But he's really cut down on that. No home runs in 3 straight. His hit rate has been extremely low. But I like Smith as well. I mean, Smith has had 2 or less in 4 of his last 5 since the All-Star break. So the first 5 under was the first thing I looked at. I would probably look at the Yankees team total over. I know this is kind of counterintuitive, but if he gets to Smith early, they maybe can get his pitch count up a little bit. I think they can work the White Sox bullpen. I mean, they've scored 5+ in 7 of their last 10, 36 total runs in their last 4. So the offense, like you said, is looking really, really good. But I do think both pitchers will go well. So let's go first 5 under. But I'll take the Yankees team total as a backup as well.
Yeah, I think you have to take the White Sox pen out. If you want the total, it has to be in the first 5.
Yeah.
Just trying to find the White Sox record in 1- and 2-run games is fucking horrendous. Right, 1-run games, Lonte. Here's your quiz question for tonight. The White Sox 1-run games, 39 1-run games. What is their record?
39 1-run games. They have won 9.
Yes, Lonte. For all the beans. Yes, Lonte, they have. And the 2-run game is the same. It might be even worse. I mean, and that's a bullpen thing. That's not. Sometimes you see teams maybe just being a little bit unfortunate in those spots. This isn't unfortunate. It's just a constant diet of shite from the bullpen. So that's what's happened there. Right, okay. 7:15 Eastern first pitch. The Detroit Tigers are at the Kansas City Royals. Oh, I've got the wrong picture here. That's a disappointment. Jack Flaherty is confirmed for the Tigers. I had Noah Cameron down for
I did too.
The Royals. Yeah, and so did the Boogies, because I checked these lines about 2 minutes before we started broadcasting. But I'm seeing Stephen Kolek now go for the Royals. So that changes that situation slightly. I had the Tigers at minus 125 with the Royals at even money in a total of 8.5. I'm entirely sure what to do with that one. I mean, Lonte, lead us off here. Give us your thoughts on maybe Flaherty in the KC offense, and I'll try and dig up if this is Stephen Colette going.
Yeah, this is pretty tough because my handicap was based off Cameron, to be quite honest with you. But I was looking at it over. Flaherty's he's been pretty bad. 5+ runs in 3 of his last 4. His hit rate's been sky high. Kansas City's been playing pretty well. They were 6-4. They're 6-4 in their last 10, and I thought at home they had been playing a little bit better. Last year they played extremely well at home, but they were kind of feast or famine. It's kind of like home run or nothing. They couldn't really like get on base and get runners over. It was more so of them just doing it by like hard contact. But they've been a little bit better of that this year, especially as of late. I would look at it maybe a team total over for Kansas City because it depends on who the pitcher is. That's kind of baseline of my handicap. But if we're gonna get Kansas City at home plus money, I'll take that. The over is where I would look. I mean, Detroit's been solid, 500 in their last 10. They did win this series last week, 2-1 head to head, all 2-point wins by both sides. So every time the team won, they won by 2 runs. So I would take the over in Kansas City as a home dog.
Okay, so what I've got here is that the Royals recalled Kolek from AAA Omar on Friday and is set to make his debut on Saturday, potentially after Noah Cameron. Although Kolek could also get the start if the Royals want to manage Cameron's workload. So yeah, maybe they're just going to push Cameron back a day. Kolek back from Omaha. Kolek, he was kind of up and down a little bit early in the season with the Padres, has been traded and then has spent some time in AAA. On the season, 4.18 ERA, 131 WHIP. We haven't seen him in the majors since July the 27th. Kolek was all right. He actually started the season really hot. We liked him in quite a few spots early in the season before he dropped off a little bit. Jack Flaherty saw the Royals last week and got mangled, is what happened there. 8 earned runs, real inconsistency, 8-0, 5-5-1 in his last start. Detroit are not in good form, 4-game losing streak. I imagine if it is Kolek, I'd taken the Royals to even money. I imagine they'll be pushed slightly bigger with the presence of Kolek. Doesn't put me off. I still think the Royals, and they'll probably be pushed maybe plus 125, plus 130, something like that. Let's take the Kansas City Royals as a home puppy. Underdog, Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million to first place. No waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best Ball is the best way to play fantasy football. Underdog has a brand new offer. New customers play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you use the code MLB SGPN. And the world's greatest sportsbook, Circa Las Vegas, is hosting the world's biggest pro football contests. Circa Million, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo, with over 21 million in guaranteed prizes. Sign up in Nevada, play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com. Promo code is SGP. That gets you $50 off your proxy fees. Contests close on Saturday, the 6th of September. So get in now. 7:15 Eastern is the Seattle Mariners at the Cleveland Guardians. Logan Gilbert for Seattle will go up against Gavin Williams of the Mariners. Gavin Williams of the Guardians even. Plus 130 Cleveland. Seattle are minus 155. No total on this one. Don't know why. Logan Gilbert's kind of been up and down. His numbers are skewed by being lit up at Philadelphia 2 starts ago. But unquestionably, he's slightly worse on the road. His road splits are slightly concerning. Williams is struggling, quite unreliable in short starts. And Cleveland rely incredibly heavily on this competitive bullpen. I think Cleveland are worth a punt as a home dog here. Gilbert struggling on the road. We see 3 and a bit innings, but it's the fact that the Cleveland pen is going to do the majority of the heavy lifting here. Seattle are beatable on the road. Their record is in no way intimidating. And a plus 130 price. I'll give Cleveland's bullpen a chance to get them a win here over the final 2/3 of this game, Lonte.
Hey, that's what I got too, man. Cleveland plus 130. That's what I got. I saw over under 7.5 because I like the under.
Okay.
To be honest with you, and Seattle's had their number. I mean, they swept them in June, 17-5 was the score. Seattle's been playing okay as of late, 4-6 in their last 10. Gilbert, I do not like on the road. He's just been inconsistent, like you talked about. His K rate is up though, so he's kind of feast or famine because he's allowed 5 home runs in his last 5 starts. And he's had 13 Ks in his last start. So he's kind of strikeout or home run type of energy right now. Cleveland, they can't score consistently, which is why I like the under. If Gilbert can give up maybe 3 or 4, I think we can get home with this, or maybe 3, and we can just get a 4-3 win from Williams, who's been up and down as well. Since he had that almost no-hitter, he hasn't been the same. His hit rate's been low, but he's allowing home runs and issuing walks, which has kind of been his detriment and why his ERA has been shot up so high. But I'm gonna give him a shot here. I do like the bullpen, like you talked about. So if Williams can't, string together some consistent innings, I do think the bullpen will be able to handle Seattle. So I'm gonna take a shot with Cleveland as well, and I like the under.
Okay, double bubble on the Guardians. We will go to a 7:15 Eastern between the Baltimore Orioles and the San Francisco Giants. Left-handed pitcher Trevor Rogers for Baltimore. San Francisco officially TBD. I've got, what's this kid's name? Is his first name McCade? McDonald?
Oh, I had Robbie Ray. No, I'm looking at it wrong.
No, shit.
No, I don't know.
Oh, no. It's his name's Trevor McDonald, actually, because that made me laugh, because that's the name of the most famous newsreader in this country, some old black guy. So I just enjoyed the thought of him throwing tomorrow for San Francisco. Let me just double check. No, I've still got Trevor McDonald. Is Robbie Ray not going tonight?
Is he going tonight? I don't know. Maybe I looked at it wrong.
Yeah, I've got Trevor McDonald. Let me just check tonight.
Okay, that's cool.
Sorry about this,
That's
everyone.
cool.
Yeah, Robbie Ray's pitching Friday night, so
Okay,
Trevor
cool.
McDonald is indeed going on Saturday.
Okay.
What got me here was, when did Trevor Rogers sneak this incredible run of games past me? Because I haven't noticed.
He's been good for a long time.
Well,
he's been good for a while. He's been good.
Stealthy bastard. Unbelievable run of form. 5 earned runs in his last 6 starts, spanning 42 innings. Probably the best run of form in MLB amongst pitchers, and I haven't noticed it at all for Rogers. Now, Baltimore are in poor form, 4-game losing streak for them. McDonald is a 25-year-old rookie, pitched 3 innings scoreless against the Cardinals on his debut. Now, Baltimore are on a little losing streak, and the Giants are going well. But I think we can see a pitching Julia. We like taking the rookies early before anyone's worked them out. So I've got no issue with McDonald, especially against Baltimore, who aren't playing well. And you can't fade Rogers. He's been outstanding. The Giants bullpen is great. So if you only get 5 innings out of McDonald, I've got no problem with the Giants bullpen. Second in bullpen ERA, top 5 whip as well. Under 7.5 in this big park, Lonte.
But I got under. I like the first 5 under as well. Both of these teams are actually under in 6 of their last 10. Rogers, man, 1.07 ERA last 5. I know you talked about him a lot, so I won't regurgitate any of that. I don't trust Baltimore to win a game like this. 4 straight losses. I think it's more of a coin flip, to be quite honest. I mean, I know the length of the new kid for San Francisco is kind of shaky, but like you said, I like their bullpen. I think we see a pitcher's duel, whether that's Rogers versus the bullpen or Rogers versus the kid. I think he can go well against Baltimore's offense. It's kind of been up and down. So I like the under as well, and I'll take a shot with San Francisco at home.
Next up is a 8:10 Eastern first pitch between the Chicago Cubs and the Colorado Rockies. It will be Javier Assad for the Cubs. And this is McCade. I knew there was a rookie called McCade pitching somewhere. It's McCade Brown going for the Colorado Rockies, who are plus 170 with the Cubs at minus 205 and a Coors Field special of 11.5 as the total, Lonte.
Yeah, you know what? That's a big total. But if you look at what, and granted, I don't know the weather report, but when these teams faced off in May, Chicago struggled with them, and I think they only scored over 3 runs once. All 3 of those games they won, but they didn't look good, and they all were pretty close. And I think Colorado was in most of them. This is their 3rd straight road series for Chicago. They're 6-4 in the last 10, so playing okay. Assad's back-to-back solid starts. I was hoping he could kind of ramp up and be what we saw of him. Was it last year that he was pretty good? I can't remember which year, but he was pretty good then. So I'm thinking he's ramping back up to that, getting more opportunities here. I mean, Colorado had been feisty, but they kind of like settled down now. 3-7 last 10, 1 earned or no runs in 4 of the last 6. Brown, 1 start, small sample size, 3 2/3, 4 earned, 3 walks at Pittsburgh. Much better offense. Chicago team total over. Best play on the board, Mal. Chicago team total over. Best play on the board. First 5 over. First 5 team total over. I think they score 10. I think they score 10 runs. They might get this over by themselves.
I've got the Cubs run line, so I've got no issue with your handicap because one of the reasons I really like Assad. I think it was last year. I saw him pitch in London actually in that Cubs card series, which was maybe 2 years ago. So maybe it was 2 years ago when he was going well. But I followed him kind of closely, and I do like him a lot. He's had 3 starts now in his last 2, have been very good. So he can go well fresh. McCade Brown, 25-year-old rookie. 1 appearance, got hit around by Pittsburgh. None of this looks appealing from a Colorado point of view at all, was the last line of my notes here. And you kind of said exactly the same by claiming the Cubs can score 10 runs. So, yeah, if they do that, I assume they'll cover a run line. So I'll take the Cubbies on the run line. The penultimate game on the card is a 9:10 Eastern first pitch between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the LA Dodgers. Left-handed pitcher Eduardo Rodriguez for the D-backs will take on Tyler Glasnow of the Dodgers. Another minus 220 favorites here with the Dodgers. Arizona plus 180. Total is at 8.5. The Diamondbacks have won a lot of Erod's games recently, but that is absolutely in spite of his presence, not because of it at all. And consequently, that's meant a run of 5 overs in Erod's last 5 games as well. Glasnow pitched okay against the Padres last twice, and he continues to be reliable. The Diamondbacks' offense has been below par lately. Dodgers put a little streak together now, 4-game winning streak. He's taken them 2 games in front of San Diego in this division. I think the safest option, I feel like I've taken this a lot recently, just take the Dodgers team total off this picture. Dodgers team total off Erod for me, Lonte. We there again.
Let's go. Yeah, that's exactly what I got, man. That's exactly what I got. Similar handicap with Erod as well. I just don't like the walks. He's been having a lot of walks. He's been up and down on the road. He's got 4+ earned in 4 of his last 5. Although Arizona has played the Dodgers pretty well this year. Earlier in the year, they played them tough in 2 series. But the Dodgers might have, they're finding some consistency here. They scored in those games. They scored 5+ in 4 straight games. They scored 29 runs in the 4 wins against Arizona. So obviously they've got the familiarity there with them. I like Glasnow, and it's funny that you say he has been okay, but that's exactly the words that I have wrote down in my notes for him. Is okay, but like walk issues. He's been pretty good at home, 2 or less in all of his starts. So he hasn't allowed over 2 in any of his starts. I think we see a good performance from him here. I think we see a lot of runs by the Dodgers. So let's go Dodgers team total over. I would lay the 1.5, to be honest. If I had to, I would lay the 1.5.
Fair enough. Last game here is off the board. It's the only off the board game we've had on the entire card, which isn't a bad effort for a Friday night. Texas Rangers at the Athletics is 10:05 Eastern. Merrill Kelly for Texas. The A's at TBD. I've seen Jacob Lopez listed here for the majority of the day. Lonte, you seeing Lopez, and what have you got for this one without any lines?
I didn't see anything, but I will be on the A's as long as they're a dog. I mean, the A's are playing like some of the best baseball in the MLB right now. So if they're a dog, I like Kelly. He's been fine. The Texas swept the A's last month. They're 6-4 the last 10. I mean, Kelly's been steady. We're pretty much like we talk about these pitchers. Like I know what I'm getting from Kelly for like most of the part. But I just can't bet against the A's right now. They've won 7 of 10. I think they are playing extremely well. I like their young core. they're pretty much they did this last year as well, where they kind of strung together a nice like ending to the season, and then they were a little bit high. People were a little bit higher on them coming into the season, and then they kind of tailed off, and now they're back on that trajectory. So I'm hoping next year they can put it together and maybe push for a wild card spot. But with no prices, I'm assuming that the A's will be a dog. I would probably be on them if anything.
5 Rangers starts now for Merrill Kelly. 3.10 ERA is very good in those starts. Now, Jacob Lopez, if it is him, he threw a shocker last time out at Seattle, but he was really good before that, and I think he can bounce back. I think the total is likely to be inflated here. Texas road form's absolutely awful. So I've got the under, but you've talked me a little bit into the A's. If I was picking a side, I would pick the A's. But I do think the way Lopez has been going in the A's offense, the total will be inflated. I think Kelly can go okay, and I do like Lopez. I'd expect the total to be around 9.5 maybe, and I think we can get an under in that one. But I do like the home side of it as well. Lonte, we did it. 15 games in the hutch. Right, it was 3 nights ago. I can't remember who. You're the man. Whose turn is it? It's me, isn't it?
It's your turn. I went first last time.
Okay. Houston run line for my lock. Plus 120. Plus money locks here. Hendricks will give up loads. Arrighetti might give up a few. But like I say, I'll wake up and the Astros have won this 8-4. Something like that. So I'll take Houston on the run line. Actually, having said at the start of the show, I felt it was all a bit chalky. I've ended up with a few dogs on my side. I got the Pirates as a dog. I've got the Brewers as a dog. Let me have it's got to be one of them two, hasn't it? Pirates or the Brewers. Nothing on this third page. Right, I will take. Yeah, actually, screw you. I'm going to take the Brewers, Lonte, because I know you want them. Brewers at plus 125 for me, Lonte, as an underdog.
No, that's fine. I was good. We're aligned on one play, but
yeah, we are.
For the lock, I'm gonna go to that. I'm gonna go to that Washington Tampa game. I really think we see a lot of runs in that game, so I'm gonna go over 9. Both pitchers a bit erratic. I think we see some runs there, so let's go over 9 in that game. For the dog, same game that you like for your lock, but I'm gonna go with the minus 1.5 for them. Did you go minus 1.5 for Houston?
Yeah,
for your dog. Is that where you went?
My lock.
For your lock, yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do that for my dog, to be honest with you. But I'll switch it up. Let's go with Cleveland plus 130 at home. I think that the price is a little bit overwhelming for Seattle. Don't trust Gilbert on the road. Gavin Williams, if he can give us 3 to 4 good innings, I think we'll be fine. So let's go plus 130 for Cleveland.
Okay. You can lead us off with your dinger player. You already hinted earlier on that you might be heading back to Houston.
Yeah, Houston, man. I love Houston so much that I just was trying to double dip on us. But Yordan Alvarez, I'm going with him. He's only had 1 hit since he's been back, and that was a home run. So I think that Hendricks will serve one up to him tomorrow. I think he's going to have a really good weekend. He had the day off on yesterday. He had the day off, so he's coming in a little bit refreshed for the weekend. Let's just hope he doesn't hit one tonight instead of tomorrow, because I typically do that. So we can get 3 in a row now. I might go. I don't know if we have a record, but I'm going to see if I can break it. So Yordan Alvarez to go long tomorrow.
Yeah, our digger players have been great. Dylan hates it. Dylan puts in no effort. If I make him do it,
he doesn't.
No, he just doesn't get. He just sits there, and shrugs his shoulders, and says, "Aaron Judge." He just doesn't give a shit. Scott's not too bad, but me and you have done all right on them. We had a couple of same night, didn't we, early in the season? A couple of big price winners. Now I'm going to stick to my guns here because I want to fade Ryan Pepio. But this does mean taking a Washington Nationals hitter, which is not normally a wise move. But we'll take Pepio. What about one of the top 2, James Wood? Yeah, we go with James Wood at the top of the line. I got a lead off homer from Tommy Pham last night, so I can get a lead off homer here. Even though we like Tampa Bay to win the game, they can come from behind here. We did say runs was an option. So James Wood can hit one out for us tomorrow. Lonte, what's the rest of Friday night look like in North Carolina? You hitting the clubs?
Nah, I'm a little too old for that, man. But
Come on.
dinner, and we got some good weather here, man. We got some great weather on the East Coast, especially here in North Carolina. So I'm gonna have some dinner. We're gonna enjoy that, and college football is back, man. We're gonna get ready for that. I gotta give I'm giving my girlfriend her night is Friday, so I'm all hers Friday, and then she goes to non-existent in Saturday. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do tonight, man.
Does she know? Have you told her?
She does know that. She does know that. Unfortunately, she does.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Brilliant. All right then, mate. Well, I'm going to bed is what I'm doing. It's a full weekend of Premier League football and everything else to look forward to. Thanks, mate. I really enjoyed that. Thank you, everybody who joined us in the chat as well. As always, was loads of fun. Good luck, everybody, with your picks over the weekend. We will be back on Sunday night, ready to get stuck into next week. Good luck with your bets. We will see you all down the road. Cheers.